Really, there is no pleasure in objects. Atma, or soul or consciousness, gives a push to the mind and sets it in motion. A vritti or thought wave arises in the mind on account of the force of a vasana, or latent subtle desire. The mind is agitated and runs towards the particular object. The agitation will not subside till the mind gets the desired object. It will constantly think of the object. It will scheme and plan various methods to achieve the desired object. It will be ever restless. It will be ever assuming the shape of the desired object. As soon as the object is obtained and enjoyed, the particular vritti that was causing agitation in the mind gets dissolved. Vritti laya takes place. Ignorant persons attribute their pleasures to external objects. That is a serious blunder indeed. There is no happiness at all in any of the objects of the world. It is sheer ignorance to think that we derive any pleasure from the sense objects or from the mind. Whenever we feel our desires are satisfied, we observe that the mind moves towards the heart, towards Atma. In pleasure also, there is exercise of the mind. It expands. It turns inward and moves to its original home, the place of its origin, Atma, or consciousness, and enjoys Atma Sukha, the bliss of the self. Why do you search in vain for your happiness like a worldly fool outside in objects, wealth, relationships, titles, honors, name and fame, which are false, transient, and worthless? You cannot get real happiness there. You are entirely deluded. Search within the heart, subjectively in the Atma, the source and fountain of all happiness. Real happiness is within you. It is in the Atma. It is subjective. It is in the Sattva Guna, means purity and calmness of the mind, and beyond Sattva. It manifests when the mind is concentrated, when the indriyas or senses are withdrawn from the objects outside, when the mind is one-pointed, when there is vasanakshaya, or annihilation of the vasanas, or outgoing tendencies of the mind. When you become desireless and thoughtless, Atmic bliss begins to dawn. Spiritual Ananda begins to thrill. Be silent. Enter silence. Silence is Atma. Silence is Brahman, or infinite consciousness. Silence is center. Silence is the Hridaya Guha, the heart cave. When the mind runs from one object to another, that state in the interval wherein you become mindless for a very short time is your natural state. That is Brahman. When the mind is controlled fully, vrittis cease. When all the modifications subside, you enter into the silence then and then alone. Realize this very moment. Feel the divine glory and Brahmic splendor now by closing the eyes, by drawing the indriyas, by stilling the mind, by silencing the thoughts, by sharpening the intellect, by purifying the chitta, by meditating on Om, by chanting Om with bhava, with feeling. Keep up the continuity of Brahmic consciousness throughout the 24 hours. Have an unceasing flow of self-awareness. This is very, very important. O child, there is a place where you will neither hear any sound nor see any color. That place is Paramdhamma, or Padam, Anamaya, painless seat. It is the realm of peace and bliss. There is no body awareness here. Here mind finds rest. All desires and cravings melt away. The indriyas remain quiet here. The intellect ceases functioning. There is neither fight nor quarrel here. Will you not seek this silent abode through silent meditation? Solemn stillness reigns supreme here. Rishis of yore attained this place only by melting the mind in the silence. Brahman shines here in native effulgence. Forget the body, forget the surroundings. Forgetting is the highest sadhana. It helps meditation a great deal. It makes the approach to God easier. By remembering God, you can forget all these delusive sense objects things. Sit at ease. Close your eyes. Look within. Withdraw the rays of the mind. Silence the thoughts. Meditate on Atma, or awareness of the self or the Absolute. Mentally chant Om. Sing Om. Feel Om.